Hi there, I'm prepping our Christmas Day main dish, a 6.34 pounds Angus USDA Choice Premium Choice Boneless prime rib. Instead of coating the meat with butter like I did 2 years in a row, this year I am brushing this with olive oil as a binder for the salt, herbs, and spices to adhere to the meat's surface to make sure that the flavors evenly coat the roast rather than just falling off this. I have enough time to leave this uncovered in the fridge overnight or up to 24 hours to allow the salt to penetrate and draw out moisture for more flavorful and evenly cooked prime rib and to create a better crust on the meat to help seal in the juices, contributing to a tender and moist meat. You'll find the complete recipe for this in the video description. To distribute the salt, herbs, and spices rub mixture evenly, I'm using an empty spice bottle with a sifter cap to let out small amounts when shaken. The dry rub mixture includes 1 tablespoon sea salt, 1 tablespoon fresh ground black pepper, 1 teaspoon garlic powder, 1/4 teaspoon smoked paprika, 1 teaspoon dried thyme, 1 teaspoon dried oregano, and 1 teaspoon dried rosemary leaves. This mixture is enough to cover and flavor over 6 pounds of roast if distributed evenly. When it comes to prime rib roast, I like adding 5 cloves of fresh minced garlic on top of the herbs and spices. This adds more flavor to the crust. This roast will be stored in the fridge for about 18 hours and will be taken out 4 hours before roasting to get it to room temperature. Although I have a Frigidaire refrigerator air purifier, I'm putting in a baking soda disc to absorb the smell of the uncovered meat covered with herbs and spices. I think using both can be beneficial as they work in different ways to absorb odors. Baking soda absorbs lingering smells on surfaces within the fridge, while the air purifier targets airborne particles. I am not a morning person, but to make this roast perfect as I would like this to be, I have to take it out 4 hours before the roasting time, so here I am, up so early on Christmas morning. Time flies by quickly, and before you know it, 4 hours is up. I preheated the oven to 450 degrees Fahrenheit. This will roast in high heat for 20 minutes uncovered to sear the meat, creating a nice brown color as it rapidly caramelizes the sugars and proteins in the surface and forming a crispy crust on the outside of the roast. After 20 minutes, take out the meat and lower the temperature to 350 degrees. Gently brush the meat with melted butter or its drippings. Make sure that you don't brush off the herbs and spices. Cover with foil before putting it back to cook the inside evenly and retain moisture throughout the rest of the cooking process for about 1 hour and 59 minutes, which is 15 minutes per pound of meat, or when the inserted instant read thermometer reads 120 to 125 degrees Fahrenheit. For added flavor, I baste the meat every 30 minutes with its drippings to evenly distribute the juices over the entire surface and to prevent the exterior from drying out. I normally take the meat out 30 minutes before it is done, time-wise, to check the temperature and baste it before putting it back still covered. Once it reaches the right temperature, I take it out of the oven. After removing the prime rib from the oven, cover it loosely with aluminum foil and let it rest for 15 to 20 minutes before slicing. The meat internal temperature will continue to rise slightly due to the heat transferring from the outer cooked layers to the center, or what's called carryover, which is an indirect cooking process since there's no heat anymore. This is how I like my prime rib roast. Nice and juicy. Here are the products that I use in this video that are sold at Amazon. The links to these products can be found in the video description. Thanks for watching.